24 hours, I'll blow your planet away!
The battle has just begun!
Hello, and welcome to the RobotnikIsSexy show. Today, we have a very special episode. It is all VGC. If you don't know what VGC stands for, it stands for Video Game Championship, and that is the official Nintendo rule of the land for competing in Pokemon tournaments, video game tournaments. And if you win, you get a cash prize and all that kind of lovely stuff. And as you can see, it is double battles. So pretty much double battles equals VGC. But I'm fighting my good friend Agrotech here, who happens to have found his niche in battling in the form of VGC. He's very good at it. Turn 1, goes for that wide guard, blocks my water spout. I know he's not going to do it again, so I'm just going to get a half-powered water spout off, and it does a little bit of damage, but Kermit unfortunately takes a dynamic punch, but I am going to be lucky enough to snap through the confusion, or I don't snap out of it per se, but I actually get to attack instead of hurting myself. Macho Man the Machamp eats a citrus berry. I used to run Citrus Berry Machamp for VGC style double battling many years ago, actually. It was before I had any kind of drizzle aspect to my Trick Room team, which, you know, it was before Drizzletoad was even out, so that's how old it was. It was like really early black and white. But yeah, Eat Me is definitely going to be good. I knew that Squiggles was going to probably come in sooner or later, so I'm just going to go for some Shadow Balls instead of going for Water Spout, because I also know Macho Man is definitely going to switch it up and use Wide Guard every turn, which is pretty slick, I have to say. I also know that this guy, Gastrodon, you're right, Gastrodon in VGC, they always carry the grass resist berry thing, so whittling him down with Shadow Balls is actually really good, as I can definitely take him out even with the berry. And I Rage Powder that Dynamic Punch, which doesn't really matter since I have a Ghost, but yeah, I'm going to force him out with a red card, which isn't necessarily that good, and I make a really kind of a poor play here. I should have gone for Shadow Ball instead of Water Spout. It surprised me that his Cresselia was the quickest one there, especially since he has a Trick Room team, because Jellicent with 0 speed IVs and 0 speed EVs is still pretty fast for Trick Room, so I was really surprised about that. He must not run, you know, like 0 speed, but, you know, it works for him. Now I finally take him out with a Shadow Ball, but that damage with Shadow Punch is going to take its toll, as I believe Looney just Thunder Waves me, actually. But, yeah, I haven't lost a Pokemon yet, and he's lost 2, almost 3, but his Cresselia is going to be such a powerful obstacle that I don't really know how I'm going to overcome it. I do finally take down the Machamp, which is nice, but Cresselia, defensive Cresselia with Light Screen, that's insane. And yeah, I let you know what I brought instead of a Scavalier, which would have won me the match handily. I brought a Crobat against a Trick Room team. How smart is that? It's not smart, because the Looney is just going to kill me Psychic. Really kicking myself for not bringing us Cavalier. And that is just bitter grapes, because he gets a crit on top of it. I think I probably could have lived it and got off an Acrobatics, which would have maybe helped me win, but you're going to see just how bulky this Cresselia is, as Kermit goes for my plan B or C. We're getting down to the bad plans, because I'm kind of backed in a corner here. I'm hoping I can Toxic Stall his Cresselia. But yeah, you'll just see. It just goes for another Light Screen, gets another Light Screen up, so Surf is doing absolutely pitiful damage. Kermit is healing a bit, but it's gonna be all for naught, as his Cresselia is just too bulky. Too bulky. I get fully paralyzed, and then on this turn, I believe he goes for the rest. And he is carrying the Chesto Berry. I've never in my life seen a Resto Chesto Cresselia. They always have Icy Wind, Thunder Wave. They almost always have Skill Swap for some reason. And like Skill Swap, Levitate onto Steel types and stuff. They usually carry Psychic, but I've never seen one with Rest, ever, and that just completely blows away any chances I have for defeating Agrotech here. Really bitter grapes about that. Not feeling good, because Aggro always manages to beat me some way or another. It's just really bitter grapes. Lots of barking, lots of fucking barking. But he's gonna beat me there, yeah, so he's gonna take me down, and that is that match. That is that match. Yeah, as I said, this is a VGC upload. We're just gonna truck on. We're gonna truck on, even with the barking dogs. I don't even with the loud water pipes that are overhead, because I live in a fucking basement, and it's fucking huge. It's like bigger than my arm, this huge black pipe that's just over my computer, which is really ominous because it's filled with water, so it actually has, yeah, spilled my, whatever. Okay, we're on turn 1. A lot of shit is happening because this is a double battle, and double battles are, well, double the stuff happens in double battle, and I just completely glanced over turn 1. Let me just say, this guy's team looks like a noob team. He has 3 starters and Absol, who uses Absol. Metagross and Electros actually can be good in VGC, but the rest of his team just seems really random. So I'm gonna get up my Trick Room here. Now I'm gonna opt for that Explosion. I'm still feeling really good. Kinda being cheeky. Thinking I can just win with normal gem Explosion. Turns out I can't. Torterra survives that easily, not even in the red. I don't know what Torterra is smoking, or like what kind of prescription drugs he is abusing right now to be so strong. But I kind of want some, because holy shit, that is a normal gem Explosion with an adamant Lickilicky. I don't know. I just don't understand. I just really don't. Yeah. So, some bad things are gonna happen. I probably should have gone for a Water Spout, even though I was at a bit of half health. It probably would have done more than Shadow Ball, because Rain was up. And, I don't know, he probably would have still survived. His Electivire is going to be a bit of a problem, as it carries, lots of really good attacks, which sounds dumb. But yeah, Torterra has Frenzy Plant, okay? He's in Overgrow range. This just reminds me of the Agrotech's Chaos Lock, because he has a Torterra of his own. Torterra's starter. His starter is fully evolved, and it has Frenzy Plant, because it's a Chaos Lock, and he just learns random moves. But as I said, Electivire is going to be a huge pain, because he's going to critical hit Cuddle on the turn. I believe I was going to go for Recover or do something really useful. He's going to crit my little Jelly Baby, which is really terrible. Yeah, his Electivire is mixed attacking. It carries Earthquake and Flamethrower and Thunder, and it's just really wrecking me. But his Torterra's complete ineptitude of just keep going. It keeps using that Leaf, the Grass version Hyper Beam, and it's just giving me more opportunities to slowly get ahead. He uses it again here, Frenzy Plant. I'm gonna make a pretty slick play here, predicting the Sucker Punch with Absol, because that would have been game over right there. He should have seen that coming. Going for Fire Blast. His Absol is mixed as well. I'm so stumped by this team, because it's like, your moves are terrible, but you're still kicking my ass, so at the same time, you're good, but you're not good. Like, that's the only way I can put it. But Amoonguss is going to be a bulky piece of shit, and he is finally going to click that Earthquake. He's had enough of me, but being a bulky piece of shit, eat me, the Amoonguss, lives on 1 freaking percent, kills off Torterra with the Giga Drain. So yeah, I win that with 1 Amoonguss on 2%. So that's that match, and now we are going to have the final VGC match, and he is going to lead with a really glitchy Thunderous that only comes in halfway through, and a Breloom. Now this is finally a really legit VGC team. This is a team you would run into, like seriously, this is a very threatening team. And because a lot of his Pokemon are weak or aren't going to appreciate Flying Gem Acrobatics, so I'm going to lead with Crobat. And he's going to see that coming, because VGC players have to see 1 step ahead, and all their Pokemon usually carry Protect, so he's going to predict that handily, just block my Flying Gem Acrobatics with Breloom. But I am going to predict him to switch out his Brelooms, because there's no way he's going to go for a double Protect. And I had to really bite the bullet here, because either Scared is going to discharge me and almost kill me, or he's going to Thunder Wave me. So I'm going to take advantage, get a Creeper in, and I score a crit on that Politoed, which probably definitely mattered. Although I think most Politoed are special defensive in VGC, although I'm not really sure. Jellicent is back in doing his thing. Just going to switch out Crobat, predicting the Protect, and I also know that he will probably try to strike me down with an electric move this turn. And yeah, that definitely happens, and I red card him out into his the Ludicolo as I go for a normal gem return, which does a ton of damage, and that is really good. This recording is just fucking terrible. My phone is going off, as well as everything going wrong. But anyway, we're gonna press on because I don't give a shit, and this is like the 3rd time I've tried to record this. So finally gonna explode with Creeper, which, you know, pretty obvious name. I should probably not call him that, because that just makes exploding harder to do. And I get off the explosion successfully, and just clear out his Pokemon, and that's really nice. And now he only has a Ludicolo remaining, but it's a Life Orb Ludicolo, and yeah, he's just gonna lose, because if he goes for an attack, I can Rage Powder that attack, which, you know, go for Giga Drain against Eat Me, and once again Amoonguss proves its infinite worth. Yeah, you're just down to 1% health there, so if I just Rage Powder you into a Giga Drain once again, you are going to die to your own Life Orb. He realizes this, and forfeits. So that's that match. Kind of a longer upload, but VGCs are really... I mean, there's just so much shit going on that you have to slow down the replay, otherwise you're just going to breeze past everything. But that's that match. Tell me if I liked it. I'll probably bring more VGC to you guys because it is fun. My team is changing a lot. I phased out Crobat because I just don't really find it that useful. On the way home today, I was thinking about using Regirock in Trick Room because I have a lot of flying weaknesses, especially since I added on Gallade recently, which I used to use Trick Room Gallade all the time, but I've swapped him around. This team just changes a lot. But anyway, leave a comment telling me what I should do to my VGC team, or just tell me a team to use, because VGC teams are really hard to create. I feel like they're much harder to make than standard Smogon teams, so I appreciate any feedback you guys have, and this has gone on for way too long, so I will see you later, YouTube.